FlossTube, Happy New Year! It is January 1st, 2023. I absolutely have no idea where 2022 went. It went crazy fast, and I just am so happy that we just finished a really nice holiday season. So if you're new here, welcome. This is my FlossTube episode 72. My name is Chrissy, finally a farm girl. I have been doing FlossTube now for over a year, and I hope that you find something that inspires you, that you might learn, that you want to stitch, and I hope that you will both like and subscribe to my channel, because there's one key element to keeping your FlossTube alive, and that is your channel growing with subscribers. I also absolutely love all your comments. I share on my YouTube channel when I have new releases, when I design something new and release it. So there's always that little reminder bell that will let you know if I've shared something. It's been a year of growth. I want to just sit back and take a few minutes and give thanks for everybody for their tremendous support. I know I said it when before Christmas. I try to thank you every single episode, but the reality this year was really quite special. I started designing. I started an Etsy shop. I went to StitchCon in 2022, which was the first time I've been away from my family in a very long time. I have a son who is 22. He'll be 23 this year, and he has special needs. And for most of you who follow with me, you'll know what that was like. And trying to step outside my comfort zone was a big part of 2022. I usually come up with a word each year at the beginning of the year. And I had a hard time with it this year because I felt like I did so many wonderful things. In 2022, I did a half marathon with my sister. I did the Disney marathon, or it was virtual. I feel like I pushed myself in so many ways. And of course, there's other areas that I really want to grow in, especially in 2023. But it was hard for me to pick a word. But the other day, I realized I got some really exciting news. And I realized that my word for this year is going to be fearless. Last year, it was all about to try new things. This time, I want to be fearless when I try new things. I don't want it to hold me back. I don't want something new to have so much, such levels of anxiety that you don't enjoy it. So I found in going to StitchCon 2022 that I can leave and I can feel rest assured that things are going to be good. Things are going to be okay. And there were some nice techniques. I went with my friend Linda, and she really helped me to keep my mind on StitchCon. And when I got there, I just had a phenomenal time. Like I had said, I described it as the best sleepover party ever. So anyways, moving on to 2023, new word is going to be fearless. Okay, so I have, if I talk about what I did over between Christmas and New Year's, I absolutely had such a good time with family. We just really had a good time. We had the grandkids spend the night. We did cookies and we looked at Christmas lights. They got Christmas pajamas, and we just had a really good time. It's so fun to see them grow up. And after Thanksgiving and not having them with us, it meant a lot to have them come spend the night and have that special time, as well as Christmas itself when they came. It's just, they're a joy. They are a pure joy. And then this is that new time in my life and many others where my adult children are not home a lot. And Olivia has, she lives in Gainesville, so it was great that she was not here Christmas Eve, but I got a text first thing in the morning at 7:30 that said, we are in the living room, because she didn't want to miss her brother coming out of the bedroom, and he gets so excited when the day is finally here. So we'd still had that kids under the tree opening. So it was so good. There was so much food. We made fudge. I shared some pictures. So what I'll do is, as opposed to maybe talking about it all, I will insert some pictures, or have Randy, my husband, insert some pictures so that you can see a little bit of the fun. It was a Christmas that, I admit, I put my phone down a little more than I have in the past few years and just enjoyed. Anyways, and I did, the night after Christmas, I ended up calling up a neighbor and had them come down for an adult night. So we had pie and, more fudge and cookies, and I made a citrus punch, or I should say my husband made the punch, which it was delicious. And we just sat around and laughed and had a great time with neighbors. And I have to say, that felt really good. That felt phenomenal, to sit and relax and just be with adults celebrating. And so, between the two, I had some good stitchy time between Christmas and New Year's. I had one day that I was not in the mood for Christmas stitching. And so I get to share with you some good progress on my Mary Clayton sampler by Hands Across the Sea. So if you notice, I'm trying to get acclimated to a webcam. It was one of my gifts from my husband so that we can, help the videos, and the speakers should be better. And I'm having a hard time getting used to things. They seem a little backwards, but we're just going to roll with it, like I said. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where should we start? Oh my goodness. Yesterday, let me start with the good news. So I had a couple of funny things happen on Christmas. I can share those with you later, but let's just say I had a pumpkin pie situation, and I was in my groove prepping everything the day before, and I went to dump my pies and I forgot the pie shells. So I made it, I dumped them back in, got it all together, but it was just, there were some really funny things. And one of them, after Christmas, when things were quiet, I got to meet up with my cousin Suzanne and her family, her husband Jay and her two kids, Allison and Andrew. We went over to Wesley Chapel, I believe, Florida, and I don't think I've seen her, my cousin, in 8 years. So it was a joy to sit down with my dad. My dad drove over and have that time together, and we just sat at Cracker Barrel for about 3 hours and caught up. So that was really nice. I also, one day when I was sitting around, my phone rang, and it didn't say spam. So I thought it was out of state, and I kind of was not sure whether I was going to answer it or not. I was getting ready to do the dishes, and I answered it, and I could not believe what the person on the other end of the phone said. And I asked if it was me. I said yes. And she said that she was from Needlework Retailer, and that they wanted to know if I would like to join them at Nashville Market 2023. So this girl is going to market. And I was so excited, nervous, anxious. I know I have less time than others do that have been able to prepare, Luckily, I'm usually always designing a little bit ahead of time, and I do have some really fun things, but instead of being able to share them as they go, I will hold them as market releases. So guys, I literally could not believe my ears. They say this happens. Jean, my local needle workshop, my LNS at Brick City Cross Stitch, she shared with me, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get people that last minute can't go. It does happen, and it happened. And although I don't know the circumstances, and I'm so sorry for those that could not, I believe they had 1 or 2 cancellations, and either way, they invited me to market, and I'm just thrilled, beyond thrilled. And over the last maybe 4 days, 3 or 4 days, you can see my name on the list of the vendors. So I haven't shared it on Instagram. I wanted to share it with you guys first, but I am so thankful. And all of you know, unless you're very new, you will all know that I had a trunk show that I was going to have the weekend, the Saturday before Christmas. And at the very last minute, the place, the facility that was holding it, canceled it. So I was so ready. I had my display ready. And although it does not equal what the magnitude of market is in Nashville, I think we all know how the Lord worked in there. And many of you said it. I'm so glad that, you know, it was what it was. You can't change those kind of things. But I feel very strongly, and a lot of you said, you know, a different door or a different window is going to open. So here it is. And here she asked me, and I felt like I needed to say, can I have a little bit of time to think about it? But at the same time, I full well knew that the door had been opened in such a big way. So that's my huge announcement. This little girl is taking her designs to Nashville Market, and that is March 3rd through the 5th. So I am scurrying right now, making sure everything is ready, and I have some model stitchers that are backing me up and supporting me. So I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. And after a little bit of time of talking things through, my sister's going to go, she's going to go with me. And if any of you have been with me for a while and you remember, my sister is the executive director of Prevent Child Abuse Georgia, and she will run and help me with the like the sales and the packaging, and be where people can go and hopefully check out. Again, you know, I'm just I want it to be a store, a room, whatever you want to call the shop. I want that window to be where it draws these shop owners that are out shopping. I want them to be drawn in, and so I think it's going to be great, and I think it's going to be a fantastic learning experience, and I'm really blessed to think that I can go do this with my sister. She offered, and I'm like, you're so busy, but she's just so great at marketing, and she's great with the computers, and she's got a lot of ideas, and so I can focus on the creative side, the finishing, the patterns, and she's going to help with all the rest. So I hope that I get to see you at market, and I am excited to meet those that are going. Okay, 14 minutes in, I've yacked. I had a great week. I did watch some FlossTubes, and I am ready to get going in 2023. So I wanted to share with you right away Mary Clayton, and I don't know why all of a sudden midstream of Christmas break, or whatever you want to call it, for us that are at home, but I had an itch to stitch on a sampler. So okay, now this is going to be weird for me. Okay, there. I'll try it like that. Please feel free to leave comments and be like, no, see, because now it is, nope. Okay, we're going this way. And I can see there's the, okay. Okay, Mary Clayton, okay? I have loved this one since it came out. And this is by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. And I am using all the DMC called for. I fell in love with this blue. This is really, and it is not a blue that I use in my house, but this blue is so pretty. So when you add all of it together, whew, it's pretty. So this is the progress I made. Put this down. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Let's see how the light will handle it here. Okay. So, ooh, okay. This is going to be not easy. Okay. We're going to have to get a grip here. Okay. So I have the border pretty much done. Let me bring it in. There you go. I'm filling in around the border, but the part I worked on is, you gotta go the other way. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Anyways, I was able to add more of the house. I started up here. Okay, this is crazy. It's completely backwards. Anyways, okay. And I was able to finish this flower here. See, I'm trying to figure out so you can see the stitches. There we go. That's a little better, I guess. Okay. Better? The colors are so pretty. So I finished this urn here. Hold on one second here. Okay. I finished that. This is gonna make me crazy. And I started up the house. And so even though that doesn't look like a lot, I also worked on, oh my gosh, this is gonna be crazy. This one right here. Okay. I am sure that everybody's gonna be laughing at this, but this is gonna be weird. Okay. So if I just hold it back here, there's Mary Clayton. And it doesn't look like much, but at the same time, I enjoyed working on her so much, and I enjoyed finishing. I started to do her name and finish that up. So I'm kind of feeling like there's a little more progress than what I had before, and this part is starting to fill in. So there's a duplicate one of these urns. This is on the other side. This is gonna be crazy. Anyways, so that's Mary Clayton, and I think that this is going to be one of my pieces in between model stitching. Now, I did finish my model stitch that wasn't for Finally a Farm Girl Designs. So a lot of my time over Christmas, I knew that she wanted it in December, or at least, you know, the end. So that's done, and I'm excited because then when I got the call about market, I just pushed to finish it so that I wouldn't have any guilt, and it needed to be done anyway. So a good chunk of stitching was that model stitch, and then I did Mary Clayton, and then I did have, now I can't remember if I showed you the cardinal kin, but I think I did. But anyways, I'll share it with you again. At least this one is smaller to hold. I don't have to try and navigate. But this was Cardinal Kin by Plum Street Samplers. This was a sal that I did with Brick City Cross Stitch and many, many others. And Chris of Hollis Hands Creates. So now let's see if I can just didn't fully finish it yet, and I'm not sure I'm going to worry about it right now. I think I might just go ahead and, I had 2 Prairie Schooler small ones that I did not fully finish, and I might just put them in my drawer, and then when I need a night of just finishing, I can pull it out. Now, the one I really was so happy to finish, and even though it didn't make it to my wall, that's okay. I did finish my Prairie Schooler. Let's see if I can get it right here. My Prairie Schooler that I did with Team Egner, which, by the way, I shared on my Instagram, but she has some really nice new Valentine thread drops. Just kind of perfect. Simple, a little primitive, but really cute if you need to go over to her shop in case you're ready to do some Valentine stitching. Okay, so let me see if I can get it. The best part of this is the fabric. The fabric ended up, I just love it. I just love it. So I am really excited to get it framed, and I held off because I had 2 models that needed to be framed. One was for the release, my release of Winter Blessings, and I released that yesterday, and it is the inspiration of Winter Blessings, which I will have my husband insert a picture for you because it is packed. I have a trunk show that my models are going up to, and I can't say where, but anyways, they're getting shipped out. So I had to wrap it up because I wanted it to be included in that trunk show, since it's a nice winter piece that we can all work on. So anyways, I'll have him insert a picture. The inspiration for Winter Blessings came from my dad's church. It is a historic church in downtown Leesburg, Florida, and I've been there a few times. It is probably one of the prettiest churches that I've ever been to. Historically speaking, the grounds as well, they had the history in this church is so cool. And the inside is beautiful. The history of a previous fire and how they were able to salvage, you know, things. And it's one of those churches that you immediately know is historic, and they have added on, but not, to me, they've done it in a beautiful way, where they have gone off of it, where you have your fellowship hall, they have a little store, they have their classrooms, but none of those are truly quite connected to the historic church itself. So what it does is you have this beautiful grounds in the middle between the historic church and the school. It's not a school, but for Sunday school and things like that. And that has all been turned into a phenomenal garden area. We did my mom's service there in the garden, and it was a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place to just think and reflect. And there's a bench, and so I wanted to get all the pieces, even though the bench isn't perfectly where the bench actually sits. I wanted all the elements of that I love there. My dad and I have sat on that bench, you know, a few times. I've sat on the bench with Philip. So I wanted to make sure the key elements were there. What I'd like to do is have Randy insert a picture of the actual church. So I will do that so you can see kind of where it came from. But there's a huge live oak in the middle of this garden, and I kid you not, it's a really beautiful place of peace, and to, you know, just, it kind of just doesn't, it's not that it takes your breath away, but it kind of pulls you in. It pulls you in, and it gives you a chance to really just reflect when you're there. So they have done a phenomenal job. There's birds, there's a bird feeder, there's just a few different gardens, and it's a beautiful place to be. So I have always wanted to design a church, and this was my first church. So I hope you like Winter Blessings. It is now available in my Etsy shop. It'll be available at Fat Quarter Shop and Yarn Tree soon enough, because Yarn Tree doesn't open back up till tomorrow. I believe they open tomorrow, January 2nd. So, you know, it'll be where you need it to be. You can call Brick City Cross Stitch, but if you need it right now, it's in my Etsy shop as a PDF download. And I stitched it on 32 count Storm, and it's a hand dyed, and it's even weave, and it was a joy to stitch on for something that was dark. I need to give a special thank you to Chris Young, who stitched that model for me. I loved the idea of a white alphabet or sampler in the sky above the church, and I liked the fact that it would be versatile to a stitcher. If you aren't really a sampler lover, you just make snowflakes instead. You know, just stitch a white stitch. And so I felt like you could do, you know, you could make it your own if you wanted to as well. So anyways, that is St. James Episcopal Church in downtown historic Leesburg. And I will do my best to get some pictures in here for you. And I am pretty excited about the response right now. I'm really thankful for those that always share with me what their favorites are, what they like about it. So anyways, that is available. And I did notice a few people start picking up Happy Valentine Matilda. All of those have headed off to Yarn Tree. They should be there when they open up. I mailed those out first, so there's Clara's Valentine, there's Happy Valentine Matilda, there's Matilda Builds a Snowman. So you've got some new choices that I've put out there. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to share that I loved so much stitching the Prairie Schooler Santa's Night. Hold on one second. I can show you that pattern. The one I just showed you was this pattern here, Santa's Night. I'm definitely going to keep it because I definitely would like to stitch these. So I put that one away, but we already picked for next year. Hey, Crunk. I was trying to get into a cabinet. We picked Christmas Eve. Ooh, getting better, a little bit better. So this is Prairie Schooler Christmas Eve, and I saw it stitched on a light blue. I'm sorry, I don't remember who. There we go. But I thought, what a cool companion, and I think Tina was saying too that this is one of her all-time favorites. So I'm really excited about this one. And so I just need to hunt down fabric, and then I think we decided we were going to stitch on this on Saturdays. I need to check. Did we do that, Tina? Are we stitching this every Saturday night, or was it a different one? We've got another one that I know we want to do this year. But either way, I'm excited about this one. I really am. So I just ended up keeping it in the same bag by Dot Dot Goose. And I will go ahead and use her candy cane floss drops. So I'm set. I'm all set for that. All right. Organization. Wow. I knew before I even knew about Market that my desk that I'm sitting at right now is just an antique desk that I have my sewing machine, I have my laptop, I have, it was a mess. I absolutely love designing, and I love this journey. However, it got really messy, and between finishing and everything else. So I had to come up with some ideas for just a small space. If you're new, you will know that we moved, let's see, this was our second Christmas in the house, and I eventually will take over the second master. However, we still have kids living at home, and there's no rush. So, and I wasn't doing this journey, floss tubing. I was doing it before I moved in here, but I certainly wasn't using my Bernina or anything. So I decided to order some risers off of Amazon that you would put on a desk typically at work. So I've got one more coming, and that really helped give me a place to put my laptop. So I'm trying to get really organized, and thank goodness I did that, and thank goodness I started cleaning, because when I got the call about market, I didn't have to think about that at all. So whew. And I've had a good time because I do love organizing, and when trees come down and things like that, it's just a great time to restart. Okay, I'm also restarting the way I eat. Is it a New Year's resolution? No. I'll just break it. But I did start Whole30 today, and what it'll mean is on Instagram, the best way for me to track my days is to share a post of one of my meals each day. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'm sorry about the food shots, but it helps me stay motivated and on track and count my days out. So I've done it before, and it's just one of those things that I need to do what I did last year, and that was get out and walk, and I do that, but I want to make sure that I'm doing that on a daily basis. So I have a bike. I had picked up a bike that I keep now on the sun porch, and there's even been moments I can do it while Philip is playing at the table or doing an activity. So do I have any New Year's resolutions? No. Not really. I want to try some new things. I want to be fearless about what I try, which means I just want to go in and not be hesitant and not think to myself, you know, I should be afraid of it. I'm not afraid to go to market. I'm not afraid. Everybody has a different taste in stitching, and I am excited to show how I love to display Matilda and Beulah and my characters and Clara, Oscar the cat. All my pieces typically have some sort of a story that goes with it. So I'm not afraid to go to market. I am anxious about market. I am wanting to be prepared for market, and I want to make sure that I see the differences in that. Wanting to be prepared and being anxious about getting prepared is not the same as being afraid. So I just wanted to share that last year when I went into certain things, yes, I had a level of fear when I was going to StitchCon leaving Philip for the first time. But I found out that if I prepare, if I plan, if I think it through, I came up with solutions for how it was, you know, going to, things that made me nervous, what was I going to do to solve the problem? I got through it. So I think that that's key. That's going to be key. So I have a great support network and great friends in you, and I just know that there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, I guess that's about the most that I can share right now, because other than that I don't know too much. All right, so new starts. Here it is, January 1st, new starts. And I had a new start, but knowing with market and things like that, I knew I had one that I wanted to design, and I went ahead and got that done. And all I'm going to share with you is I am going to stitch on grasshopper, 32 count grasshopper. Oh, there we go. So I love this. I wanted it to be a modeled older look. And can I see that good? Sorry. Maybe try the back side. It's a little darker than what it's going to take me a bit to play with this. Either way, here we go. This is what it's going to be, one color, monochromatic, and I am going to use onyx. So it's a black work. Let's see if I turn it this way so you can see the color. I've got my Lincoln bling. So I'm all ready. And this will be my first monochromatic design. It's not very big, but the words, it's the words in it that mean everything to me. So, well, it means a lot to me. Anyways, I've always loved the quote, and I've always wanted to design it, so I have. And that'll be the thing that I start today, because it's not huge, and I would like it for market. So that's going to be on 32 count grasshopper, and I'm excited about that one. And then, of course, I'll have my, next Saturday, I'll try and start my prairie schooler. And then I'm supposed to be starting Santa Stops Here by Brenda Gervais with I Needle and Thread, which, by the way, if I get to meet her, that would be like phenomenal. We share the same birthday. So how cool would that be? Like, beyond cool. So anyways, that would be a goal, a really cool goal. So anyways, Santa Stops Here. I am supposed to be doing this as a sale with Brick City Cross Stitch and Stitchy Linda, and we were gifted fabric. I'm going to save that for when I actually get it started. I want to make sure I got the right size, all that kind of stuff, but we were gifted the actual called for fabric, and oh my goodness, you know who you are. I didn't ask permission to share, but thank you so much. Super, super excited. And so I would like to, I would definitely like to be able to participate, but I think I'm just going to have to get a few stitches in, and it's not going to fly like what Linda or the others will do. I don't know if you caught it, but Linda finished her Live on Little. It's gorgeous. Can't wait to see that framed up. But so anyways, I'm going to definitely start it. I still have model stitchers. Mary Brown is working on a patriotic design, and then I have Chris Young, who's working on a couple other things for me. So it's going to get done. It's going to get done. I just might move a little bit slower. All right. So I wanted to share a couple of my favorite things for Christmas. One of the things I got this year from my husband, he's always so kind in wanting to check off my little antique bucket list, was I got a primitive dry sink, and I loved that. So that's just one of the things that I don't know, I just love history, and I love having pieces of history and stitching pieces of history. The other thing was I got a few special things that I wanted to share. My sister sent me just something a little bit extra. She had already done something, but I wanted to share with you this ornament. Is that clear? There. It was Hallmark. Let's see if I can. Here you go. It says sew and stitch. I just thought that was really cute. So I guess it's adjusting. I certainly hope it doesn't do it the whole time. But anyways, it's like a featherweight, and it's so cute. So I really loved that, and I wanted to share that. Sometimes they put Hallmark on sale after. So just in case you didn't know about it, it's just adorable. And then for my birthday, Linda had gotten me a couple of these from Terry at the Old Needle Shop. She knows how much I love the Blackbird design fabric, and I have my stitchy mat from that and a sampler project bag. And so I had gotten these for my birthday. And for Christmas, she added the needle book and that sweet little tray that Terry makes. Ooh, there we go. So I have a couple more pieces. And so like it's a scissor tray, or you could prop it up or put your pieces, but it's so cute. And my favorite color is red, so anyways, those were great. Also, I am ready with the Book of Days from Keepsakes Cross Stitch. And I love, this was another gift from Linda. We knew that we wanted to try this again. And if we tried it again, we wanted to do it the way, I believe, Brenda, a sampler stitcher, and Laura, I believe both, Brenda and the serial starter, I believe they both had them laminated. I'm not sure. But I think last year Brenda, she for sure did. And so I love that Linda said we're going to do it this way this year. So it has been bound and laminated, and she had extra pages put in the back for notes. I am so excited. I just think this is going to last longer, and then I think when you get them laminated and bound like this, I think that there's an ability to work in it a little bit better. It can open flat. I'm so glad, and I'm so thankful for this. So thank you, Linda, for my goodies. And then knowing we were bad. We told each other what we were getting each other for the most part. But I knew about the planner, and then we were trying to find stickers that we could use, and so she had found some really cute small ones for monthly, and I love that. So I can't wait to open these up. I love that it's right on my month. That's cool. I don't know if she did that. I don't think she did that. But anyway, that's my birthday month. I love that. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to use the stickers to join in. I've never done it for a full-on year. And then I had picked up, I saw these just for cheap at, I think it was Joann's, but they actually had snowmen in them, and snow globes and things like that. So we would be ready to go no matter what. But anyways, I'm excited. Another level of organization. I still want to have one other planner. I had found this great planner, so that would be my stitching journal per se, what I stitch on each day, not with what I plan. So there's another journal calendar I'd like to get, and I hope I can find it. And her and I would like to try and do that, and it gives you a little more room to write, and it would be more of your entire calendar, maybe not just stitching, but we'll see. And the last treat at Christmas that I was so excited to open was my first pair, because maybe there'll be more, who knows. You don't have to stop at just one. First pair of Kohana scissors. So there. In my favorite color, red. So it was really a good Christmas. It was really blessed. And my wish for you guys is that you just are filled with blessings this year. And I think that it was just perfect to open up with New Year's Eve with the release of winter blessings, because that's what I would just love to send you. I hope that you'll be happy with everything that you stitch, and if you're not, pick up something else. I love when someone says, it went in a timeout. It's not going anywhere. So I am going to look forward to growing this business, being healthy, working on being healthy. Last year at one point I had lost about 30 pounds, and I don't know what I have put back on. The scale, I don't want to get on the scale. I will, but the thing is that it fell by the wayside, which that's okay. I worked in other areas, and I'm okay with that. But here we are at the perfect time to say I can start something. I can start over, start something fresh. And I think that Linda and I both decided, we've talked about it before, that this is the year to pull things that we have had in our stash that we've wanted to stitch, and yet new things come out and they catch your eye. We want them both going at the same time. It does not mean that our goal this year is to only stitch from stash. Not happening. However, and I like stitching my models. When I can't, I really like stitching my models. I love stitching whimsical designs. Kronk, you can't come that way, baby. Come over here. I don't think you've met Kronk. He's the black cat Kiwi. This is her brother. They were both, we fostered them. Come here, sweetheart. Oh, come here. He's a big dude. There you go, baby. Hi. Yeah. Say hi. Oh, Where are you going? Okay. Oh, you wanna just sit there? Apparently he doesn't like to be recorded. No? Because he's fine down here. Anyways, we had fostered them, and so we foster failed. I said, what do you do? When I called up the county and I said, I have 2 of them, brother, sister, you know, they fix them and do all their shots and their microchipping. I said, but what do you do if you want to keep them? And they're like, oh, honey, that's called a foster fail. And I'm like, okay, that's me. So we have them, and I love them to death. But, you know, that's me. That's how the farm was, too. It was like, oh, okay, you know, you have a pig that's got issues, I'll take it. Anyways. All right, guys, I think that's it. 45 minutes, and I wish I had more stitching to share with you. I do. You just can't see it. I did another Beulah, and she's done and ready. I'm really excited, guys. So I look forward to 2023 with you. I hope that this video with this new webcam is good. Give me a little chance to play with it and learn. Other than that, I hope to do some more lives. I would love to know if you would like me to move to every other week. Do you want me to still record FlossTubes every Sunday for the most part? Or would you prefer I do every other week and have more to share? Sometimes I do anyways within the week, but you know, I look forward to it. I am going to have Peter from Oh For Pete's Sake come back on. He has things that he wants to share from No New November and his special start for 2023. So Peter will be joining me. I think there's going to be some fun things, and I would like to do a live Zoom where I would know up to 10, maybe 10, and try it one time where I actually know who would like to join, and then try so that it's a good trial run. And then do another time where you tell me that you'd like to join me, and we'll do a limit or something. But I would like to get and work with this community to, you know, get to do some of those things that you got to do at the Jingle Ball and join a room and, whoa. Okay, so lesson learned. When you're doing this from your computer, if you go for so long, it goes to sleep. What? That's why I said, whoa. Okay, guys, have a great new year. I am very thankful. I will be back next Sunday, but I look forward to your comments about, do you want me to switch to every 2 weeks? And I can't thank you enough for your kind words, your sweet comments, your support and encouragement, and your friendship. And so with that, I will leave you with, don't forget to floss. Bye, guys. See you at market.